Good afternoon and welcome to the video check-in for today, Thursday, October 7th. This month, as I mentioned in my check-in last week, is Cheshvan. There are no significant holidays, which is not to say there isn't a lot going on. And one of the things that is going on is that at Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, which is the Reform Movement's seminary. It's a national, actually an international seminary and university with campuses in New York and in Cincinnati and LA and Jerusalem. There had been a long break for the holidays and class is back in session this week and the learning continues. I am honored that I am part of the adjunct faculty for this coming year, teaching third-year cantorial students high holiday reform repertoire. So if you thought the high holidays were over, for me, they're going to continue all year long as I teach these students. But I wanted to mention a few things about this teaching that I think is particularly exciting for me personally, for our community, for the Jewish community. Teaching is held in high regard in our Jewish tradition. We know in the words of the Shema, the Ve'ahavta, that we are taught to love Adonai, your God, and teach these words to your children. That to teach, to pass on learning from generation to generation is such a valuable concept in Judaism. Lifelong learning is valuable. And that goes not just for students, but for teachers. So I'm happy to be participating from that respect. To be involved in the education, in the producing of next year's and many years to come Jewish leaders for the Reform movement, cantors and rabbis, is also truly an honor and exciting. Finally, it's really exciting to be able to go into the city and to be amongst some of the preeminent teachers and thinkers of the Reform movement as well, cantors, rabbis, educators. One unique and sometimes difficult aspect of being a cantor is that you are often not really around colleagues, certainly not cantorial colleagues. Here at Temple Israel, I am the cantor. There aren't a few others that I work with. That is the case certainly at most synagogues. Some synagogues might have two cantors, many have one, and some have none at all. But it is, in that respect, a little bit of a lonely profession. But to be able to spend some time with colleagues and to not just teach, as I'm going to be doing, but to learn from them, to be amongst the preeminent Reform teaching environment helps me as a cantor. It's like a doctor who works at a teaching hospital. Those are the best hospitals where new medicine and science is learned, and the same thing is true here. To keep my own cantorate and what we do at Temple Israel fresh and young and receptive to new ideas, that is something that I hope to gain from my interaction with both students as well as with the rest of the faculty. Now, the rest of the faculty is indeed mostly cantors and rabbis, actually at the School of Sacred Music, the Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music. I was ordained and graduated from there in 2007, but there are really just a couple of full-time faculty members, and the rest of the faculty is made up of clergy, of cantors, of rabbis, etc. So it really is my honor and pleasure to be involved in that endeavor and to be teaching the future cantors. And I hope I benefit personally and our community benefits as well. So I offer this blessing, which speaks a little bit to the role of both students and teachers within our Jewish tradition, this Debbie Friedman setting of Kaddish de Rabbanan.
And their students, and the students of the students, we ask for peace and loving kindness kindness, and let us say Amen. And for those who study Torah here and everywhere, may they be blessed with all they need, and let us say Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen.